الحمد لله الذي هدانا للإيمان وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، له الملك وله الحمد، يحيي ويميت وهو على كل شيء قدير. وأشهد أن محمد رسول الله بعث بالدين الحق ليظهره على الدين كله ولو كره المشركون. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا. أما بعد، الله سبحانه وتعالى يقول في سورة المائدة: أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم، يا قوم ادخلوا الأرض المقدسة التي كتب الله لكم ولا ترتدوا على أدباركم فتنقلبوا خاسرين. We reflect on the meaning of this ayah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us that Musa alayhi salam, Prophet Musa alayhi salam is telling Bani Israel, Ya qawm, ادخلوا الأرض المقدسة, go into the holy land, التي كتب الله لكم, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has written for you, ولا ترتدوا, do not go back, فتنقلبوا خاسرين, and then you will lose. Subhanallah, a straight order from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to go into the holy land and don't go back. So what does Bani Israel say? And as we listen to this ayat, inshallah we'll go through so many ayat, we reflect on the Quran. And most of us, whether in Salawat al-Tarawih or reading the Quran, we would have gone through all this ayat. But we will stop on them to reflect and see what did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us, what are the lessons for us to learn from this ayat. And as I mentioned before, the best way to learn the ayat is, as Sheikh Sayyid Khutba said, draw the picture, draw the scene and put yourself in that scene. And only then will you be able to appreciate the ayah and understand what it's saying. So, and he has in his book At-Taswir al-Fanni al-Quran, artistic photography of the Quran, he's saying every ayah you have to live the scene. Just as if in the movies you see the scene and you see how the scene sets up the environment, we need to live this environment in the ayah to understand what the ayah is telling us. So here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is ordering Bani Israel to go into the Holy Land. And Bani Israel are humans, just like all of us. So what's the reply? إِنَّ فِيهَا قَوْمًا جَبَّارِينَ وَأَنْ لَنْ نَدْخُلْهَا حَتَّى يَخْرُجُوا مِنْهَا. There is tyrants in it. There is very powerful people in it. We can't defeat them. We can't win. We know they're very strong. So we will not go in till they leave. So the condition. And it's not just them. You know, some of the scholars would say it's only a characteristic of Bani Israel. Anybody. That's what we have today. And notice this is the same land we talk about in Palestine. The same land. Go in the land. It's an order from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So again, as humans, they're very powerful. They're very strong. There is nothing we can do. Very normal human reaction that we see today. And we see a lot of the Muslims saying the same thing today. They're very powerful. There is nothing we can do. So if we look at this order and we have to reflect, سَمِعْنَا وَأَطَعْنَا. The Quran says we have heard and we have obeyed. Allah says do this, we do it, rather than logic. The logic says they're very powerful, why not we prepared, why not, and all this thing. Rather than we have heard and we have obeyed. It reminds me of the story of an al-Hijrah, when Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was followed by Suraqa, and Suraqa almost caught up with him. Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, Irja' wa laka siwari Kisra. Go back, Suraqa, and you will get the bracelet of Kisra. Subhanallah, Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is escaping Mecca alone with Abu Bakr, and yet he promises Suraqa the bracelet of Kisra. Suraqa went back. Anyhow, did he go back because he couldn't reach Rasul or whatever? Went back. And we go in time 20 years later, when the Muslims brought the treasures of Kisra to Umar ibn al-Khattab and he seen the bracelet, he remembered that Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam had promised this bracelet to Suraqa. And he asked for Suraqa. And Suraqa is still alive because the Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam promised him the bracelet of Kisra. So he had to live to see the day. And Umar ibn Khattab gives him the bracelet. سَمِعْنَا وَأَطَعْنَا. We have heard, we have obeyed. Umar could have said Suraqa was a kafir. We don't give him. We are strong today, we don't have to fulfill this promise. All these things that we try to logic. Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, go back and you will get the bracelet of Kisra. This is what we have to understand. This is Islam. Obey. Listen and obey rather than all this logic. And as we said before, somebody will tell Umar, Umar, why don't you take it yourself? You deserve the bracelet, and give Suraq a couple of bucks. He's a poor man, he'll be happy with it. And we find all these logics. That's all these discussions we go in nowadays. When you hear a hadith or hear something, everybody's trying to describe it in a different way, rather than take it at what it says. You get the bracelet of Kisra, and Umar ibn Khattab gave it to him. He didn't keep it for himself. He didn't give him the equivalent. He didn't say he was a kafir at the time. All these things we go into discussions as Muslims. We have heard, we have obeyed. This is what Islam is about. So here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told Bani Israel, go into the Holy Land. But they logic things just like we are trying to logic things today. There are powerful tyrants in it. And some people describe them as giants that nobody could beat. So what's the answer in the Quran? قال رجلان من الذين يخافون أنعم الله عليهما ادخلوا عليهم الباب فإذا دخلتم فإنكم غالبون وعلى الله فتوكلوا إن كنتم مؤمنين. Two men that they fear Allah, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed. He said, Allah asked to go in, just go. So ادخلوا عليهم الباب, just go on the door. And فإذا دخلتم فإنكم غالبون. If you go in, you will win. Because why would Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala order them to go? Is it to destroy them? Is it something bad? إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala orders for good things. So if He told us go in, we go in. And فإنكم غالبون, and you will win. So وعلى الله فتوكلوا, and rely on Allah. Because if we obey Allah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make us victorious and support us. But still, as humans, they say, يا موسى لن ندخلها أبدا ما داموا فيها. We will not go in ever so long as they are in it. This is a human reaction. So human reaction to anything, and we have to realize if we obey Allah, just like this ayah says, if you are afraid of something, just go in and tawakkal ala Allah, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will support you, inshallah. Then we look at another scene. When Musa alayhi salam went to Fir'aun and showed him the miracles, so the people around Fir'aun said he's a magician. And the best way to beat a magician is get better magicians and show him off. And they decided bring the magicians to confront Musa alayhi salam, who is a magician. And then it describes in Surah Al-Shu'ara, لَعَلَّنَا نَتَّبَعِ السَّحَرَ إِنْ كَانُوا هُمُ الْغَالِبِينَ. So the people said, we will follow the magicians if they are the winners. If they win the contest, we'll follow the magicians. Here, subhanallah, Musa alayhi salam is coming to ask them to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and do the good. But yet as humans, what do they choose? To follow the magicians. To follow the magicians if they win, subhanallah. But we notice they didn't say, and we follow Moses if Moses wins. Because we are stubborn as humans. We are set in our ways and we're stubborn. So only follow the magicians if they win. And then what did the magicians say? قالوا فرعون أئن لنا أجرا إن كنا نحن الغالبين. And magicians is humans. Do we get a reward? They're asking Fir'aun. If we win this contest, do we get a reward? So Fir'aun says, نعم وإنكم لمن المقربين. Yes, and you will be close to me. You will be close once you win this contest, you will be close. But you see, the humans prefer to follow humans rather than follow Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And they are asking for a reward. It's normal human reaction that they ask for a reward. They want money. And the reward, yes, you'll get money, but you will be closer to Fir'aun. But what happened when they threw their ropes and things, and it seemed, it says in the Quran, خُيَّلَ, people have thought it's moving because of the magic. But when Fir'aun, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told him, throw your stick and it will take what they have thrown, they realize the truth. They realize this is not magic. They know a difference between the magic which they made people think things are moving and what Fir'aun did, which is a miracle from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So what did the magicians do? They did sujood to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And here we remember the ayah, إِنَّمَا يَخْشَى اللَّهُ مِنْ عِبَادِهِ الْعُلَمَاءِ. Who fears Allah? Those who knows. The magicians knew this is not magic. They knew this is something different, and they bowed to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And what's the reward? First, Fir'aun, decides he wants to crucify them. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's word is to go to Al-Jannah. And the scholars here say, let's stop at this scene. How long did it take for the magicians to lose and to bow to Allah, to Fir'aun decide to crucify them and kill them? 15 minutes, half an hour, subhanallah. But these magicians, which only bowed once to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they go to Al-Jannah because they say La ilaha illallah and they believed. Just in this simple moment, Allah rewards them with Al-Jannah. Subhanallah. But so we have to live in the Quran, the scenes, and live how things are, and we learn the lessons. Subhanallah. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Surah Fussilat draws a scene that we all live in. لا يسأل الإنسان من دعاء الخير وإن مسه الشر فيئوس القنوط. Humans, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says a human being will always ask Allah for good things. And we all know, we all ask